Oh my God! Change can be really stressful, right? But what if it doesn't have to be? What if change could be a good thing instead? What if change could create magic? I lived in a small town in Florida. Very small town. It was boring. There was nothing exciting happening there. However, it was a good place to raise a family. I was not looking to raise a family at that time in my life. So I was living with it. It was cool. Now, at my then job, there was a position, a better position that opened up. And I was encouraged to apply for this job simply because I knew the systems and I understood the programs. So why not? In fact, I was being groomed for that job even before the job opened up. So here's the deal. I started to practice the interview questions. I got help with the answers and I practiced and practiced and practiced until I felt confident that I was ready. Then came interview day. I thought I was certainly ready. So I went in, did my presentation for a board of directors of over 20 plus white people. They were impressed. They were surprised, actually. And to be fair, I felt good about my delivery. My presentation was stellar. The thing about it was, there was a coin toss between myself and another contender. She did not have the system expertise, nor was she very familiar with the program, considering that she did not work at that same organization. But not to worry. At the end of all of that, I was publicly applauded and privately too. I felt great. After all, the buzz was how I made the Black community proud. Naturally, I went home dancing. I had a glass of wine, I listened to some music, I had a blast. Come Monday morning, I went into work, only to hear what? I was no longer this best fit who was suited for the job. But why? As I was told, it was impossible for a Black young female to successfully run an all-white department. What? So they gave it to my all-white contender. She didn't have the best presentation skills and she wasn't aware of the systems or the programs, but she was white, so she got the job. I was hurt, very hurt actually. I went home and I allowed myself to feel the feelings. Then after that, I reminded myself that I had to get up, I had to dust it off, and I had to keep moving. I learned a very valuable lesson. I could not strive for being good. I had to strive to be great. So I set my eyes on higher prizes. I started to think back about what it is that I actually wanted for my life. So I thought about the fact that I wanted to travel. So I decided that I'd start applying for jobs all over the place, in the same state, in different states, in the same city. It didn't matter, I applied everywhere. To my surprise, change creates magic. I got a job offer in Boston, Massachusetts. But catch this, I was offered that job after having only 2 phone interviews. They barely felt like interviews in comparison to the interview that I was accustomed to doing. I was offered the job. A job that paid me $22,000 more than what I was paid in Florida. Can you believe that? With benefits. Not to mention, I would be able to explore a city that had a melting pot of cultures. Now, would you look at that? That's the life that I wanted at that time. Change creates magic. Had I not been rejected by that all-white board of directors, had I not picked myself up and decided I had to keep moving, I would not have put myself in the position to be more, make more connections, to strive to be better, to achieve more, and finally, to go off and live the life that I wanted to live at that time in my life. Change creates magic. What type of changes are you attempting to create in your life? Comment below. I want to hear your magical stories.